Welcome back to India Markets Close. You are watching NDTV's Profit, and right now we are joined by Ajit Mishra as well. But Ajit, please hold on. We have a very special segment of Bulls and Bears, and that stock which we'll be discussing is Vodafone Idea. The important question right from the morning and even in the afternoon is, kya ise beche ya kharde? Vodafone Idea is retail's one of the most talked about stock. Alex, lot of retail interest in Vodafone Idea.
Absolutely, but it's very interesting, Sharad, that even the brokerage that has a buy rating on the stock has, in brackets, high risk in its recommendation. So bear in mind that it's high risk, high reward. The stock is down 5% in trade today. Just a couple of rupees can mean a lot of decline or gain in your portfolio. Ajit Mishra with us. Ajit, just over the last 5 minutes, you've seen a pretty big bounce from the low point of the day for the benchmark Nifty 50, and I was specifically looking at a couple of counters, heavyweights, Reliance Industries and HDFC Bank. If we can pull up those two intraday charts, you will see that there is a similar move in both of them towards the end. So a quick view on that while we take a look at the latest developments at the bottom of the screen, where we have comments coming in from Ashwini Vaishnav about the cabinet approval that has come through. The 8th Pay Commission is set to make recommendations within 18 months on the basis of 50 lakh central government employees which will be covered by this 8th Pay Commission. Cabinet has approved a nutrient-based fertilizer subsidy for Rabi crops. Can we pull up the fertilizer stocks then if we can? Something like a Paradeep Phosphates is something to look at. Deepak Fertilizers up about 4% or thereabouts. Paradeep Phosphates is down about 0.4%. Chambal Fertilizers, okay, up about 0.1%. So there's a significant development there. But let's delve a little deeper into that in just a bit. Ajit, before that, comments on the benchmark and the recovery that you've seen now down about 0.1% only, up from 0.5% lower.
Yeah, good afternoon, Alex. Yes, so we are seeing that markets have rebounded on the monthly expiry day. We are ending the session almost on the flat note. No doubt this was a roller coaster ride throughout the session, but this move clearly indicates, Alex, that we are just seeing consolidation after this strong move, roughly around 1400 points from the recent lows, and just a breather, before we make a new record highs. So overall, the tone looks positive to us, and since you have highlighted stock like Reliance, HDFC, other banking majors. So barring, I guess, FMCG, majority of the sectors are participating on the rotational basis. So this indicates that this positive tone is here to stay, and in case if we see further consolidation but index managed to hold 25,600 mark, it's a buy and dip market.
Okay, buy on dip market, but specifically what would you be buying at this point, Ajit? Any names that you would have to recommend right now?
Certainly. So the first name that we have on the list is Bharti Airtel. Since the stock has recently made a new record highs post the consolidation range breakout, and we are seeing steady traction, means every now and then we see a pause or for a day or two, but it's maintaining the positive tone, and we expect this overall momentum to further carry, and 2230 is what we are eyeing as an immediate target. So with stop at 2020, one can go long in Bharti Airtel. At the same time, since we are seeing consolidation in the markets, the prudent strategy is to maintain few shorts also. So Trent is one stock which looks weak to us. It's been almost a year now, and still there is no sign of recovery. In fact, we have a fresh breakdown in today's session. So we anticipate 45-40 levels to be tested soon. So with stop at 4800, one can go short in Trent also.
That's pretty interesting. Short call coming in for Trent. Telecom segment, we discussed Vodafone Idea earlier, and of course, Bharti Airtel, that becomes the pick for Ajit.
Where do we end is the question, right? And we've seen quite the turbulence towards the end. Ajit, the benchmark now up over 5%. We're likely to end this series and October, in fact, as the second best month. And I know that I've asked you the near-term trends, but then where would you peg the end of the year forecast for the Nifty 50 based on what you're seeing right now? Let's assume that there are no major fireworks from overseas, and ceteris paribus, as they say in Latin, all things remaining equal. Where would you place the target for Nifty 50 at the end of the year?
So Alex, I won't be surprised if Nifty tests, let's say 26,500 or somewhere closer to 27,000 zone also, because it's been almost like, a year-long consolidation that the market have finally ended, is what I believe and what the indications are. Because earlier we used to see that, the top two key sectors, banking and IT, they were completely on the back foot, especially the private banking majors and the IT heavyweights. Now with rotational buying continuing across the board and the two key sectors are participating also in this move, the only challenge that I see is the underperformance of the broader market, which may result in a bit of a consolidation every now and then, and maybe a breather closer to around 26,200, 300 mark first. So, but yes, overall tone looks positive, and 26,500 something which seems likely, achievable before the December month, expiry.
Overall market, but let's quickly address a few of the volume buzzers in trade. TDK Prestige, volumes are strong, results have been very strong, and the stock.
About buy today, sell tomorrow calls. And by the way, Varsha, thanks so much. It's fabulous, concise information that you've provided. Please listen into that in case you missed any details, because you'll get all of the answers that you would have required. Ajit, I want to come to you on any buy today, sell tomorrow calls. Would there be any?
Yeah, Alex, so apart from the recommendation which you shared, CUB, City Union Bank, is something that we like. It's been almost 4 years that stock was trading in a very tight in consolidation. Finally, it's a multi-year breakout with a decisive volume in today's session. So we expect this momentum to further strengthen after this breakout. So short term also and positionally also in both time frames, one can look to accumulate the stock. Intermediate or means for a day or two, 232 should be a stop, and 254 is what we are eyeing as the immediate target.
Okay. A pack that has been in focus in the recent past has been the metal pack, and for various reasons, right? And not just talking about ferrous, you talk about the base metals, the underlying commodities have been charts. Ajit, anything that you want to add on the metal counters? The two steel majors in the benchmark are looking quite strong today.
So certainly, Alex, and in fact, if you see the Nifty metal index also, it's been almost like 1.5 years of consolidation which has finally ended, and we usually focus on sectors or stocks which are aligned to the overall outperformance. So Tata Steel is trading at record highs, Jindal Steel, JSW Steel, they all are either trading at the 52-week high or record highs. So this indicates that this momentum is there, and for Tata Steel, let's say we have this zone close to around 180 to 50, where the call writers are positioned roughly around 90 lakh of OI. So the moment we cross this, then probably we are set for 190 plus levels. So definitely you can consider, if the view is short term, with stop at 177 to go along in Tata Steel, and similarly for JSW Steel also. 1184 is currently its quoting, so we'll stop at 1160 for the target of around 1220, 1230 is something that one can look for long positions.
Okay, one of the stocks from the brown market is doing incredibly well right now, Chennai Petro, and what a surge in the stock price, up about 9% at this point. The question is, does it have much more in the way of legs in this rally? Ajit, on the charts, would you say that that is the case? If you're holding, should you keep holding?
So yeah, Alex, volume indicates the same, and it's been almost like 3 times, 4 times of the average volume is that what we are seeing in the stock in the last 2 trading sessions. So this may result in possible up move towards, let's say, around 900 plus, in case if it manages to cross this 860 barrier. So yes, you can continue to hold your longs. Now 800 on the closing session should be your stop.
Well, that's pretty interesting. Thank you very much, Ajit and Chokalingam sir, for joining us and giving us your both technical and fundamental views. But let's move on to the closing session. Today, of course, the expiry impact was also there for the month, and also important for the other infra companies as well. And of course, importantly, Fed FMC meeting will also be coming up, and this week big tech earnings in US will also be there. So global cues will also dictate how the Indian markets go ahead. But that's all for now for India Market Close. Stay tuned at NDTV Profit.